One of the ugly consequences of bank deregulation was there was no cop on the beat when too many financial institutions figured out that they could make great money by tricking, trapping, and defrauding targeted families. Now we have a Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Yes.
Now, obviously, Elizabeth Warren is a white person who gets it. She understands. She is not trying to make excuses for the African American problem. The facts don't lie. The numbers are there. As I said in the beginning of the video, it is obvious that when you look back at slavery, when you look back at Black history, you can look at these things and directly equate them to the position, to the situation of the African American community today. You can look at them, it's so obvious, and you can say that this is why. Now, for the people who don't want to see that racism still exists and that racism is still heavy in America, they make excuses. They say, well, no, this is why Black people can't do anything, because of the drugs, because of the music, because of, the culture. This is why Black people can't do anything. But they don't go back and look at how all of these things came about. And that is the issue. This is the real reason why a lot of white people do not like Black people, because they fail to understand and realize the past and use the past to explain the present and what's going on today. We got to look at the past. We can't just say, shut up, it was 100 years ago, or shut up, that happened a long time ago. That is the last thing I would do. I may not know you, you may not know me, but if a Black person came and enslaved your entire family and hung them, burnt them alive in the street, and made money from doing it, made millions, billions of dollars from doing that, and you went out there and you tried to collect on that money, you tried to get some justice for your family, for your ancestors, even if I couldn't help you, the last thing I would ever tell you is to shut up and get over it. That's the most insensitive thing a person can say. I would never say, be quiet, stop talking about it, or let it go. Why can't y'all get over the past? And we can't get over it because it's not past. It's still here today. It's still present, as Elizabeth Warren has just pointed out. It's something that has not, been addressed. And until we address it, until we look at the facts, we can't move forward, with unity, with cohesion. Now, the final part to this thing is, of course, hip hop, the whole culture. Now, I'm not going to sit here and make it like, oh, white people are, to blame. The government is the complete and total blame. This is where we as African Americans need to step back and look at the problem and say, we need to change these things. This is one of the issues that white people have with Black people, that we are not doing this. We sit back and we seem to be proud of the state of the African American community. We seem to be proud that it's in poverty. We seem to be proud that Black people are killing each other. We seem to be proud that women are twerking. We seem to be proud that we are doing so bad as far as education. This is the issue. We look at these things and how can we promote something like, gangster rap and hip hop? How can we promote all these videos all over Facebook of Black on Black crime, women twerking and disrespecting the African American image? How can we promote this thing? So we as Black people have to step back and say, you know what? We got to really get our priorities straight. We got to look at these people who we look up to and really start to critique these people and see what they are actually giving us. Instead of it, us just wanting to be popular. Us want to just be cool and say, I'm going to follow the trends. I'm going to, conform to the whole culture. I'm going to do what everybody else is doing, and I'm going to ignore the problem. And this is what we have been doing, and this is what we need to address. Now, I'm obviously not saying that all hip hop is bad, all Black music is bad. No, this is our way to let out our frustration, to get our, to be heard, to get our emotions out. Music. If you don't have music, we don't have nothing. So hip hop is good in those aspects where we can express ourselves. But we don't have to express ourselves with violence. We don't have to express ourselves with negativity. We don't have to degrade ourselves with this music. We don't have to, put on a show that's so fake and then call it our culture when this culture is just full of things that is destroying the African American community. We can't point to this culture and say it's us and then assume this identity and protect this identity and accept it and say, this is African American culture. This is what we do in the African American community. This is what we are about, and then just embrace it, but then get upset when somebody call us out on it and call them racist. This is what we are doing. So when these white people are looking in and saying, what the hell y'all doing? You people are doing this, you doing that. First thing we say is, oh, you just a racist. No, they're calling us out on our bullshit. We got to stop it. So as I said, we can't look at the system and say, you are supposed to do this because you're the government. We can't look at politicians and expect them to do the right thing for the African American community when they have shown us for years that they are not going to do that. We can't expect the people who have the power to control these politicians to do good things for the African American community when all we are showing them is that we don't deserve it and that every single stereotypical thing they've heard about us is the truth. We can't expect them to do these things when the mainstream media is showing them our bull. When they put all our information out there and saying that this is them. These are African Americans. Follow them. This is what they do. So what we have to do is we have to change our culture. We have to really go through it and take out all of the negativity and take out all the things that is holding us back as a people. If we don't do that, then we will not progress, period. We have to understand what is going on. We don't control hip hop. African Americans do not control hip hop. We don't run the FCC. We do not control what is being put out there on the radio and what's being put out there on television. It's not us. So when you go back and look at what was being put out, we got to realize that this is part of an agenda. I don't understand how black people don't see this. I don't understand how you don't see that this was a part of an agenda, obviously. So you have an opportunity to look at the music and look at what's influencing people and look at what's influencing crime and examine it and determine, should we keep it or should we get rid of it? So they obviously looked at the numbers. They looked at hip hop and they seen what it was doing to the African American community and they chose to keep it. As I said, we have to pay attention to the things they let us keep. They kill all of our leaders. They take away anything that is good for us. Why would they let us keep hip hop if it was good for us? It's not good for us. Look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. So we have to realize that this whole thing is a trap. It's a tool, a weapon against us. This is why they let us keep it. Plain and simple. If you don't want to realize that, you are seriously a part of the problem. It's a part of the problem. We have to get rid of it. We got to get rid of this music. We never controlled it. Yes, we write good music. We can put out some good music. But why would we put out music that is destroying the community? Why would we not put out music that will uplift the community? And, people got to understand that these record labels prey on the impoverished black man and black woman. They prey on poor people. Because now you have this talented poor person who has talent, who can write and, who can rap or what have you, or sing. And yeah, we want to be famous, or some of us want to put out music and we want to share our gift with the world. But when we get to the industry, they say, no, I don't want to hear this kumbaya music. I don't want to hear this music about, uplifting black people and positive black music. I want you to put out music that say, kill him, shoot her, fuck them, and everybody else. I want you to put out gangster rap. This is what I want you to put out. Then you have people like Lauryn Hill who say, no, I won't do it no more. And then now she's gone. A talented person like this. The fact that Lauryn Hill is not on the radio right now, that she does not have a music video out right now on mainstream media, should tell you something. This woman is gifted. It's no way we should not be seeing Lauryn Hill every single, whenever she want to put a song out, period. But You get people who choose. You got a choice to make. Life is about choices. You get people who choose to uplift black people, and you get people who choose to break us down. And the people who have been breaking us down, all of you are looking up to as leaders. All of you are looking up to as somebody to follow. And you are trying to emulate these people who sold you out, who chose to give you this music. So now in the whole grand scheme of things, we've seen that, crack cocaine started this thing. It started this whole, downward spiral of the African American community, and we kind of sort of came out of it a little bit, and then now hip hop has picked up, and it has taken this whole thing. It glorifies selling drugs. It glorifies killing people. It glorifies poverty even. It glorifies being in the hood and just being on the block chilling, kicking it with your homies, chilling, being in poverty. It doesn't glorify going to college. It doesn't glorify opening a black business. It doesn't glorify unity. It glorifies negativity, violence, destruction, the promotion of the destruction of our people, the promotion of the destruction of the black woman, the promotion of going to prison, to being nothing. This is what it glorifies. This is what we are following. This is what we listen to. These people get awards. Think about that. You get an award for destroying your community, for telling people to do drugs, to get high, to get drunk, to shoot people. You get an award from a society of people who's supposed to be rich and intelligent people, but they hand out awards to black people, white people as well, and say, this is good. This is the right thing to do. What kind of people are we? Like, come on. It starts with you. If you don't buy the stuff, they can't put it out. If you don't promote it, they won't put it out. If you say, hey, I'm tired of this music, I want professional quality, positive music. I don't want to just hear these underground rappers who got all this positive music. I want the mainstream artists. If I'm going to stick with these mainstream artists, I want you guys to start putting out uplifting African American music that's going to promote unity, that's going to uplift the African American community and bring us out of poverty. This is what I want. If we don't say that, we're not going to get it. I'm talking about we need to say it resoundingly, and we need to say it as one. Seriously, united. And it's not going to happen because it's this little problem with, being cool, being popular. And popularity is what's destroying. It's one of the main things that's destroying us, because I can go on YouTube, and if somebody put up a video of a fight video or a video of twerking, if I go in the comment section and I say, hey, we need to stop doing this, I'll get, mind your own business. Or this is just funny. I'm just trying to, it was funny to me. I just wanted to promote it. I wanted to share it. So this is the problem. And, we become so much of a me society instead of just looking at the big picture and saying, hey, what affects me affects you. And a lot of people are just being very selfish because, they want to get a like, they want to get a comment. So they would rather just, destroy the image of their own people for a like and a comment. And I always say this because I see it every single day on Facebook, and it's just, to me, I get this overwhelming feeling of a fake person. And I say, damn, I didn't know you was that fake. I mean, I deleted a lot of people from my Facebook because I just see constantly every single day what they are about. And my whole thing right now is, if you're not about, unity and positivity and coming out of this system, then I don't need to deal with you. It's like, why do it seem like people like this system? Like, this is just, it. This is all we can do. Rap, play basketball, play football, twerk. That's it. We can't be nothing else. And as long as we keep perpetuating and enforcing this system and believing in this system and promoting this music that says that this is all we can be, then that's all we will be. We won't be nothing else. So now, hopefully, anybody who is not African American, who doesn't understand what's going on in the African American community, can look at this video and just say, I get it. I understand now. Of course you can't get a job if you have a felony arrest. Of course you have to survive somehow, some way if you can't get a job. Now, I'm not saying go rob people and shoot people and murder people and all that, but I understand why that takes place, because when you involve poverty in drugs, you're going to get crime. It is inescapable. No matter if you're black or white or what have you, it's going to happen 100% of the time. You can't escape it. So just because we are black, we can't say that this does not happen in a white community, because it does. It happens everywhere around the world. When there is poverty, there is crime. It is inescapable. So we can't just point to African Americans and say, you are this way because of you, just because you're a bad person or you're an evil person. When the numbers just show clearly there are more white people who kill white people than black people who have killed black people last year. Now, granted, the numbers are close, but the numbers are still there. More white people died than black people. We got to look at this. We can't look at those numbers and say, it's just black people. Something wrong with them. This is an obvious thing. Yes, we are only 13% of the population. I get that whole thing. Yes, it's not that many of us in relation to white people. But even still, let's just say it was equal, then the numbers would still exist. So we can't say that. The numbers would still be the same. So we can't look at those numbers and just say, because we are, a smaller amount, that it somehow just, rationalizes the whole thing. It doesn't. It explains the whole thing. Crime is going to happen. It is inescapable when you have poverty. A lot of white people lost their homes in 2008. It's a lot of homeless people out there in America. I know it. I've been looking at the numbers. I've been paying attention to the statistics. A lot of people went down in 2008, and they've been trying to crawl their way up, and things happen. Wife leave you, husband leave you, kids get into trouble trying to help out. I mean, stuff happens, life happens. But we can't point to African Americans specifically and say it's all our fault. It's just your fault. We got to look at the system, and we got to say, of course, you guys can't do anything when you got racist people in power who don't want you to do anything. Of course, you guys can't do anything when you have a felony arrest and nobody wants to hire you. Of course, you guys can't do anything when this music is controlling the community that you live in, and because you are in poverty, you can't escape it. It's just that simple. I mean, these are things we got to look to, and we got to point to, and we got to say, this is why. And when you got the why, you got the understanding. And when you got the understanding, then you know why white people dislike black people. Now, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Like, comment, share.